What's the number one thing black kids need to learn how to do? Get along with each other without killing each other off.
Absolutely.
You can't do that with his child isolated in his house, and your child isolated in a separate house, and your child isolated in another house, and my child isolated in another house. How do they ever learn black community conflict resolution? How do they ever learn peaceful negotiation with violence? You're still keeping them isolated from one another. If it's one thing black children got to be taught how to do, it's how to work together for the benefit of the black community. You can't do that at a homeschool. And let's go to the curriculum. Let's say I design the curriculum. I'm the principal, right? How do I know it's being implemented in your home the right way? How do I know it's being implemented in your home the right way? How do I know it's being implemented in his home the right way? Homeschooling is not a solution. It's a temporary intervention. The solution is for us to build our own schools. But black people ain't got time for that. Because black people ain't got the time for nothing that benefits the collective that requires them to use their money. And the reason why we are dead last in this country, politically, economically, and socially, is we do not use our disposable income to benefit our own. $30 billion on hair, $2 billion on Air Jordans every year, $4 billion on liquor, $800 million on chicken, turkey, beef, and pork, about $41 million on children's cologne. You mean to tell me we could spend $40 million a year on children's cologne, but we can't even open up our own schools? And then you got Negroes running around talking about we need black history in the schools. I'm not supporting that. And people ask me, Dr. Umar, don't you think our kids need to know who they are? Yes, but I don't want no snow bunny teaching them who they are and where they come from. Why do I want a white woman teaching my daughter Fannie Lou Hamer? Why do I want a white woman teaching my daughter Ida B. Wells? Why do I want a white woman teaching my daughter Mary McLeod Bethune? Why do I want a white woman teaching my daughter Queen Mother Harriet Tubman? Why do I want a white man teaching my son the Honorable Marcus Garvey? Why do I want a white man teaching my son the Honorable Nat Turner? Why do I want a white man teaching my son Bishop Henry McNeil Turner? They have no business interpreting our racial experience to our children. That's our job. Now, last time I checked, we have an explosion in African studies programs at HBCUs and PWIs, right?
Yes.
So if you got thousands of black people with a PhD in African studies, why the hell they can't teach the kids? You know why? They want to get paid. Negroes are selfish and Negroes are greedy, and we don't want to do nothing for ourselves unless the white man paying for it. The reason the world doesn't feel sorry for American blacks is we got enough money to change our whole reality. But guess what?